Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast. Right here on FanStream Sports, live from the FanStream Sports studios in North Dallas. I'm your host, IndyCarTim. Joining me as always, well, as sometimes, but he's always joining me, but it's sometimes from Columbus, it's sometimes from Kansas City, sometimes it's from right here in Dallas.
Those are the best when I'm in Dallas. Those are the best.
I think he's up there hanging out in Columbus right now. Didn't you tell me you were having a beer with Ezekiel Elliott earlier?
Well, I certainly not, but I am in Columbus. So you had one of those two things correct. There is no way in hell I'm going to have a beer with Ezekiel Elliott. And if he's in Columbus, trust me, he well, first off, he's not allowed to come in Columbus. Just like he's not allowed to come in Dallas. No, he's not. He was a bigger larrikin when he was in Columbus than he was in Dallas. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Johnny told me a couple of times his favorite player of all time was Ezekiel Elliott, and
yeah, Ezekiel Elliott.
I always give him hell about it.
He got in trouble again in Dallas, 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago at Concrete Cowboy again. That's his favorite spot to get.
Okay, everybody gets in trouble. You know how many times I've been thrown out of Concrete Cowboy? It doesn't even take effort because it's a bunch of wussies over there.
They roofie you too.
I hate them so much.
Yeah,
we got to do a show over there.
We tried, didn't we?
We tried.
Yeah, we tried to do. They were like,
we tried to do the Bucks Cowboys pregame a couple of years ago, right?
That's right. When JP came in town,
was in town.
2 years. Yeah, why didn't that work?
I think they had another show doing something there, right?
Yeah, losers.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's really easy to get kicked out of there.
Well, the easy part is they could kick me out, and it was like a 30-second walk home for me on most nights. But when I got roofied, it was a 2-hour walk for me, and it was literally.
It was the same distance. It was just a longer walk.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal.
That is amazeballs. It is the 2024 Arnold Palmer Invitational recap. We'll talk a little bit about the Puerto Rico Open as well, and Bryce Garnett's win. And as much as this pains me to have to discuss this, Johnny, Scottie Scheffler put on a pretty good – I'm sorry, I should say it this way.
Scottie Scheffler
put on a pretty outstanding performance. His entire performance was not outstanding. Sunday's was pretty impressive, though. Finishes it at 15 under. It's his first win in almost exactly a calendar year.
Yeah, he won the Players. His last win was the Players last
March. Yeah. Besting Wyndham Clark, who, man, I really thought early in the fourth round he might have a little bit of something, but nobody could do what Scottie Scheffler was doing with that new mallet putter. And like you said, he wasn't putting tremendously. He was just putting average. And apparently that's all he has to do to win. And he hasn't been able to putt average lately. But apparently that's all he needs to do to win.
Yeah, and it just goes to show. I mean, I hate to make Tiger comparisons, but this is ball striking wise from tee to green. This is about as close as we've seen since Tiger. It really is. I mean, if the guy can just, if he's just an average putter, what he saw this week, he wasn't number one in putting this week by no means, but he was just average. That just goes to show how great his ball striking is. And it's been this way for over a year. He ranked last in putting for almost 11 months. And whatever they did to whether, putting is a fickle thing with the tour guys and professional golfers. It's just very difficult whether you like it. And you see some putts go in, and he switched around with some instructors to help his putting, and they finally got a putter that what he says looks good. But he was in the middle of the pack in putting, but he's always over the last 11 months been number one in ball striking. In the conditions that they played in on Sunday, for him to shoot, for him to shoot 6 under on Sunday, I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, and it didn't even look like it was hit close to being flawed. I mean, it didn't even look close he was going to falter at all. So, like I said, an average putter for Scottie Scheffler to win the way he did when everyone else was crumbling on a difficult golf course. Saturday, Sunday played extremely difficult. For him to win by that for that much is simply impressive.
Yeah, and it's not like he was mistake-free throughout the weekend. I mean, he was certainly making mistakes in the earlier rounds. Now, Sunday, 6 birdies to finish at 6 under, no bogeys.
Yeah, that's
he was just the second player to start on Sunday that was bogey free.
Yep.
The other being Wyndham Clark, and Wyndham Clark got that away from his record books there, like pretty early on in the final round.
Yeah.
But you know, I was really pulling for Wyndham Clark. And look, let me tell you something. I've been critical of Scottie Scheffler for a year. All right. I don't like
longer.
Okay. I don't like when he wins. I don't think he's great for golf.
Why you say that?
I think he's vanilla. I think he's boring. I think he is everything that golf was before Tiger Woods came along and
welcome
put some
to the PGA Tour.
Welcome
to the PGA Tour.
I'm aware.
What it is.
I'm
that
aware.
Is what it is now. That is it. There's no characters on the PGA Tour. Pat Perez is gone. These characters. Welcome to the PGA Tour. There's too
Ricky
much
Fowler
money.
Used to be a character.
He's now.
He's old now.
Well, there's just too much money. You can't buck the system. Like you can't buck it. There's too much money out there for these guys to cross the line and say something that's ridiculous, or maybe that's your opinion. And there's just too much money out there, and there's no more Fuzzy Zellers, and there's no more Chichi Rodriguez's or Leach. That's not happening anymore. That's not. So this is the new era of the PGA Tour. They're 100% should, and I agree with you. I like the characters.
But, especially now that you're competing for viewership with a rival league. I understand there's a merger on the way, but you're still competing right now. You know, it's harder to find that other league. I'm not even going to dignify it by saying its name, but it's still on at the same time your tournaments are on TV. Yours are easier to find than theirs are.
That's why they're winning. That's why they're winning again.
You need all the freaking characters you can muster up. Go get a Happy Gilmore. For the love of God, go get a Shooter McGavin. I know those are fictional characters, but come on.
You've overstepped your boundaries a little bit. You want to get Chubbs too with one arm to swing? I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, what's
well,
next?
He wasn't playing. He was just a teacher. Apparently, you can be an excellent golf instructor and only have one arm.
I've heard that before too. I think I got one arm. I only got one arm, I think. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that though right now. But so no, I think golf needs characters, man. You need something to liven it up and to make people cheer for. Man, don't just be a golf fan. You know, just watch golf because you like to watch golf. Go watch golf because you want to cheer for your favorite player or one of your 4 or 5 favorite players. Like I've got guys that, you know, that years ago I used to love to watch. As recently as like 3 years ago, man, I always rooted for Brooksy. I always rooted for Bryson. I always rooted for Ricky. Never rooted for Phil.
Brooks is vanilla. Like you can Brooks is vanilla.
Brooks is cantankerous off the course. He will give you an interview that is full of personality.
I don't mind. It is his personality because he doesn't have one. That's right. I mean, I
disagree. I think that is his personality, though.
I told you I taught him in junior golf at 14 years old. He was the only kid when he would never shake a hand and never took his hat off.
Well, that's just being a bad person.
No, well, there you go. There you have it. So that part is, listen, yes, does Brooks have a personality? 100%. It's just a shitty one. How about that? You want to take that one?
That's fine.
You want to you'll take that one. But
you know, John Rahm had a bit of a personality. He's gone.
I don't mind John Rahm. I don't mind Sergio. I don't mind Sergio at all. He's an asshole, but I don't mind him. I mean, I just don't. I mean,
there might not be a more punchable face in the golf world than Sergio.
Did I ever tell you that story with him in waterbed at McConaughey's tournament?
Yes.
So should I tell it on the air? Or is it too?
That's strictly up to you, man. That is strictly up to you.
So we'll do it in a blog or something because it's, you know, for everyone out there that's listening that knows Jeb, that he doesn't play that game. No. He does not play that game.
He doesn't beat around the bush. He'll just tell you how it is.
So a quick one is we were at McConaughey's tournament and Sergio Garcia was there, and he's a little wee guy too. Like he's small. So Matthew was inviting everybody, you know, inviting people, and people didn't know, and introduced me and Jeb and Sergio. I was like, "Hey man, PJ member," and he just shrugged me off, whatever, like Sergio does. And he introduced himself to Jeb, and he shook his hand, and he didn't look at Jeb, like he looked away. That's such
a Sergio Garcia thing to do.
Yeah, and Jeb grabbed his hand so hard, and Jeb's got hands twice as big as mine.
Oh yeah.
grabbed his hand so hard. He said, "Listen here, you asshole. When you shake somebody's hand, you look somebody in the eye." It's like, I don't give a hell who you are. Sergio got scared. He walked. He literally walked away. Literally walked away. Same kind of scenario. What Lance Armstrong, the Lance Armstrong story. And
it's very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're similar people. They're both just like terrible. They're like they just think they're Christmas. But
somebody else I want to punch repeatedly.
Yeah, well, he
live strong.
Yeah, whatever.
Piece of crap.
Yeah, they're the same people. They're the same people. So that's the. You're right. I 100% agree with you. I mean, we do need more characters on the PGA Tour, and like I said, there's just too much money out there. There's just too much money out there for them to lose sponsors by saying something wrong. Right? It just is. It's just the way it is on the PGA Tour. Now they can go. It's your guy. Your guy. He's a weirdo. But Max Homa, we need more guys like him. I mean, he's weird, but I don't know. Yeah, but
he's personable though.
Yeah, for sure. But that's your buddy. That is your. There's not going to be any more John Daly's anymore. There's not. There's just like I said. There's too much money out there, and there's too much to lose for these guys.
Yeah. And look, and where I was going with all of this is that I saw a change in Scottie Scheffler with this win that I haven't seen before. And maybe it's the beard. Maybe the beard's giving him some personality. Maybe he's got a personality coach that is, since he's not been winning, that said, just show some excitement, show some emotion when something good happens to you. It doesn't have to be a cheer. You have to throw your clubs. But did you see when he saved that par? I think it was on 16 on Sunday. I can't remember exactly what hole it was. He did the fist bump.
Yeah.
He was kind of like, made the face. I was like, holy crap, that is the most I've ever seen out of Scottie Scheffler since he's been a pro.
Because you know what? In the past, he would miss those putts.
Yeah.
Right. So now he's got this confidence that he's making that putt. That's why he really felt that way. And he felt that confidence was building for him. And in the last round, and also you got to realize for the tour guys, that was a part to where he's trying to go bogey free.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those putts that saves the round a little bit. Mm-hmm. And now you can continue to go because now you know that you don't have to be so perfect going from tee to green. Tiger didn't win golf tournaments because he hit it great. Like everybody, his short game was amazing. He was, I'll rival him with the best putters ever in the world. So Tiger always had that type of confidence, but Scottie never really had that type of confidence. Scottie, as a ball striker, was, listen, it's hard to say yet, and I hate to say this to set this precedent, but over the last 18 months, he's the best ball striker in the world, maybe ever that's played golf. Really, the stats show it. It really does. So it's a different mentality when he knows that, he can make those putts. And like I said, not making bogey and saving those pars is a huge deal for tour guys.
Yeah. And it's, it was nice to see a little bit of that out of him. I was still pulling for Wyndham Clark. I told you that. I texted you and said, this is the hardest thing I've had to do is watch Wyndham Clark not beat Scottie Scheffler here down the stretch.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm going to ease off of the Scottie Scheffler a little bit because just like I said, I saw some stuff from him that I haven't seen recently, even in his wins, in his defeats. And
he's 26 years old though, bro. He's 26.
I know, but he looks like he's 56.
Yeah, he Benjamin Button. Yeah, he's old. No, the opposite of Benjamin Buttons, right? What do you call that?
I don't know. Advanced aging. I don't know.
Santa Claus.
Like me.
Yeah.
The Santa Claus. Nice.
You're like 27, right? So you look like you're 107.
Wish I was 27 still. I'd have so many.
No, you don't.
Fewer kids.
No, you wouldn't. You still.
I wish I could be 27 right now, but know what I know at 53. Would you go back and do that?
You're way older than 53.
Would you go back and do that?
What?
Go back to like your late 20s, but you still have the knowledge that you have now at 52.
I have to think about it.
Man, I don't think there's any. For me, it means I'm giving up 5 of my 6 kids.
Well, I didn't really
you
mess
don't have
up.
Kids, so
I didn't mess up like you did. I never got thrown in jail and DUIs and stuff like that. So I was always fine.
Man, just pulling the curtain back quite a bit there, aren't you?
Are we off the rails?
Apparently we are so far in the ditch. I think Colby's driving. I don't know what's happening right now. If I can get us out of this,
right.
But it is back to golf now. In the world,
is why it's from the rough. That's where we're not.
That's right.
We're
never know what
not
you're
always straight. Here. Never know.
We're trying to hit out of the rough like Wyndham Clark did, and he didn't do so well. It's Scheffler's second win here in the last 3 years. and as we mentioned, his first on the tour since the 2023 Players a year ago this month. As he's set now to defend his title next week, probably with a little more enthusiasm, a lot more confidence, and maybe some momentum going into it. But
It's
man,
tough.
he's stayed, even though he hasn't been winning this past calendar year. It is a remarkable display of consistency that he's put on, even with the 0 wins. It's been 19 tournaments since he won. He's collected 15 top 10s. 7 of those were top 3s. His tee to green numbers are completely ridiculous, and they still are. But it's amazing when you look at his statistics that none of those were wins. And you knew it wasn't going to last, even though I made the off the wall prediction he wasn't going to win this year. I mean, that was just hopeful thinking more than it was an educated.
But I told you that he was.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. He stuck to his process. I think that new mallet putter that he's using probably just gave him, whether it's a false sense of confidence or whatever it is, maybe just a change to anything would have done him better.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just in your head, right? You just switch putters. It could be literally anything.
100% in your head. I mean, it's there. You got to balance it out. I mean, he switched putting coaches 3 times, so you're trying a little different different putters. So you're trying to sort. I didn't know if you knew or not, but us golfers are very insecure people when it comes to golf. We will take any little tip from anybody to think we will get better. It just unfortunately, that's just the way it is in golf. And any little thing, any people will see to give us just a fraction of an edge, we will try. I mean, you watch Tin Cup. It's one of your favorite movies ever.
I hate that movie.
Yeah, I do too. But my point is gadgets and tips and all this stuff. Anything we can do to get our head clear, that's what we do. We're mental midgets, man. And to the casual people, and you watch Scottie Scheffler putt, it doesn't look any different.
Mm-hmm.
Than it has over the last 18 months. It doesn't look any different. But to him, it's massive. It's a massive difference. And that's all that matters. So, like I said, your prediction, and I told you this at the beginning of the year, you said Scottie Scheffler won't win a tournament this year. I said, I told you he will win in 2 months. He just hits it too good.
Yeah. And he's always going to be, for the most part, right there in contention. And like you said at the beginning of the show, for him, it just took average putting. Just not bad putting, right? Just average putting to put on the red cardigan and to win his second here. So it's, it is what it is. Congratulations to him. And he better keep the beard right now. I'm telling you right now, he better keep the beard.
It's going to get hot soon. But my point is, it's just a weird stat for him because he, as good as his ball striking is, he hits it so close so many times. It's a little bit of fool's gold that he's a bad putter.
Yeah.
Because he hits it so close and doesn't make it. And I give this analogy all the time to people. And people that I teach and pretty good golfers, I say, listen, the best putter that you've ever seen in your life is the worst putter on the PGA Tour.
Oh, for sure.
That's fact. Listen, it just is. It just is. And I know that by sheer experience. And like I said, it's putting is just a simple thing, and it's more in between the ears than anything.
Yeah, because when guys go on these droughts and they can't putt, they seemingly can't putt, is what it looks like to us and what the announcers will say.
Yeah.
It's not like they forgot how to putt. They didn't forget how to read a green. Like if it's just a one tournament thing, a one course thing, look, he may have trouble reading those greens. When it's extended over 4 or 5 months, he didn't forget how to read putts. No. He just doesn't have the confidence, right? And it takes 1 or 2, you sink, you make an equipment change, and now it's out of your head. You're like, okay, this is cool. It was the putter. And boom, that's all you need. And that's what happened to him this weekend.
No doubt, but the reading the green part is already out the window because they have the green reading books that they're allowed to use. Mm-hmm. So misreading a green is there's no excuse for that.
Right.
So whether it's alignment or stroke or confidence, it's probably all. Well, for sure, I know it's all the 3 combined. So
why do they give them those, by the way?
Who people
the
make
green
them
reading books?
Caddies make them. Like caddy, there's a company that makes them and gives them to the caddies, but you can look at them. So there's no lasers on. You can use the lasers through practice rounds,
right?
But you can always graph charts on a book,
sure.
Like so hole 1. So caddies have done this for years and years and years. Now a company had just came in and did it to make the caddy job a little bit easier, and you're allowed to use them for sure.
Huh. It's just interesting to me because, we talk about the golfers being really good, and of course they really are. But the average golfer doesn't have access to all of that stuff. He doesn't have access to.
They actually do. Actually,
Well,
you can go to the company now that makes all these green reading books, and you can purchase them. But
you're not going to. I mean, the average golfer's not going to do that, right?
The average golfer can't hit those spots anyway, so it doesn't. Yeah. I mean, a green reading book for you is irrelevant.
Well, once I get to the green, I need to know where I'm going.
No, you don't, because you're gonna miss it no matter what. So it doesn't really matter.
I'm telling you, I'm a good putter. You even said that. You probably forgot, but you even said that one round we played together that you had to quit, by the way, because I was catching up with you, and then you claimed lightning and weather is why you had to stop. But really, you saw me sneaking up on you on the back nine, so you were like, "I'm gonna have to. What can I do? Oh, look, lightning! Hey, we got to go in."
Well, first off, I know
you complimented my putting that whole round.
I was drunk, or you were drunk for sure. If I said that,
no, I know I was.
Maybe both. I know you. I know. Was that the Bridges we played in that charity event?
Yeah. That's funny. Me and Lance were the ones drinking. You and Jeb were sober. Well, Jeb was probably pretty drunk too.
Jeb wasn't sober. No, there's no.
He wasn't sober, but that's when I don't
drink on the golf course no matter what. So
that's when Lance got mad, threw his club into the lake, and broke it on a hole that he parred. I'm like, dude, I hate to see what you do for a birdie. Jeez,
yeah,
I don't think you had any of those either. All right, we're going to take our first break of the show. We're going to come back and we're going to grade the players, talk a little bit about some of the also-rans, see where they went right, where they went wrong. We are from the Rough Rider on FanStream Sports. We'll be back after this.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It, and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? It means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It, and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I am IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member John Gerber, live from Columbus, Ohio, just a stone's throw away from the Golf Depot in Gahanna, Ohio. One of our wonderful sponsors. We appreciate everything they do for us up there. Check them out at thegolfdepotgahanna.com. They got the, what's the Golf Academy over there?
Yeah, the Hammond Golf Academy, great
Yeah.
golf academy there. We just we're getting ready to open our indoor facility. Beautiful weather here. Nice day here, 54 and sunny. Had a bunch of people out there today trying to get ready for the season. So that's what we're doing. But it's golf season is here in Columbus. It's a little chilly, but I will be out to my country club, York Golf Club, this week to play with our hopefully our new returning addition to the golf show. Where's Mills? Well, where's Mills? So he
Forgot
decided
about
he decided he wanted to have a negotiation meeting.
Where's Mills?
On the golf course. So but the negotiation is Blue Moon,
Okay.
how many strokes I will give him,
Okay.
and a dozen golf balls. So
All right.
that's my negotiation tactic for Mills. But the rub with Mills is, so we might be able to get him on Mondays, which is fine, which is great, because Wednesdays, by the time we do the show, he's already about 17, 16 blue moons in.
I can relate.
And I told him that's fine. I said, that's fine, Mills. That's your best when you have the blue moons. So
No, he's the best. In the twice I think we've had him live at the table at the bar when we were doing the show over at the Great Tailgaters in Plano.
Yeah.
And he showed up live at the table for a live Where's Mills in his little blue sweater and just reeking of cigarettes and beer and just it's the greatest thing ever.
Heaters and blue moons. And his new beer you can't get in Ohio is 805. That's what we drink when we go out to Pebble. And yeah, I brought him a couple cases of 805s from Dallas there. So he's going to be happy. So I got some more. I got
that on the air.
Why?
I don't think you can take beer across state lines legally.
You know who I am?
I mean, there was a whole movie about it, Smokey and the Bandit, right? Like you can't.
1964, Prohibition's over, son. Prohibition's over.
Okay, if you think Prohibition was in 1964, we got an issue with the Ohio education system.
And it's the same issue that you think that you can't buy beer in a different state and drive it across lines. Like, listen, it's over. Like those things are over.
Just don't tell anybody.
Shh.
Don't tell Nancy anyway.
Oh, I don't drink beer. I don't drink.
Our illustrious CFO.
Yeah, I don't.
Nancy Gerber.
Yeah, I don't do anything. She made good dinner tonight. It's waiting for me. So we got to hurry up with this.
I wouldn't know.
I know.
I had to make frozen pizza for the boys to head this way. So Johnny, let's grade the players as it were. And of course, as your winner, Scottie Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler.
I think I'm still going to give him a C-.
Why?
Because I can.
No, you can't. You're wrong. You can. You certainly can because you are the host. What you say, like this is you work for yourself. Show. I know. The guy shoots 66 on Sunday, wins by 6, doesn't make a bogey the final round, and he's putting it like Jesus, and that's average to you. If that's average to you,
all right. Look, for the first 3 rounds, I will give him a C+. For the final round, I'll give him an A.
Not A+.
No. His beard hasn't come in full enough yet for me to give him an A+.
This isn't personal. This is not personal.
We can
so the guy 66 at Bay Hill, bogey free. The bogey free is more impressive than bogey free is more impressive than 6 birdies. I'm telling you, it just is for the tour guys. If they go bogey free in any round of golf and they maybe only make 2 or 3 birdies, but they go bogey free, they like that more than making a lot of birdies and making bogeys and making mistakes.
It means they need to make the golf course harder.
Well, it was hard for everybody else. With the exception of Scottie Scheffler, this was probably your favorite golf tournament ever, right?
Scottie Scheffler.
No, it was. I mean, scoring was scoring. You know what? I was okay with the scoring in this tournament. I was okay. And man, did you see that rough out there? Was this a U.S. Open rough? Like, good God, dude.
So that rough is weird. So that type of, that type of year, they overseed the rough. So you got the ryegrass, and then they had some rain that just sprouts that thing. So they had it's not the typical Bermuda rough that they have in Florida because they do it all the overseas, and it's really sticky. So you get that 4 or 5 inch rough, and it's sticky, and that grass grows up. So that ball sits straight down, and boy, it played like a major championship for sure. And that's what all the players are saying. It's like, listen, our major championship season is now with the elevated field event, tournament next week to play. I mean, the roughing is not going to be anywhere close next week or this week at the Players Championship like it was last week at the API. So, yeah, major championship season. These guys are saying it all the time, man. We're ready, and it was a great test for those guys to get ready for next week and in a few weeks down in Augusta.
Tied for fourth at 7 under, Will Zalatoris, our Dallas guy, one of our Dallas guys. And, you know, I thought, by the way, let's give him full credit for this comeback that he's making after being gone, 8-9 months with back surgery.
Yeah. I mean,
full credit to where he's at now. He's not all the way back. And I was thinking either at some point on Saturday, I was like, man, if they make this guy the Masters favorite, like, I don't think I'd have an issue with that. Now, obviously that didn't stick as the tournament went on. But, you know, I think he's probably ahead of schedule on his recovery and on his comeback, at least from where he thought he might be after the back surgery. And I think, man, after what I saw going forward, and you know, even at the majors at Augusta, I think he could be a real threat going forward here to win this year.
And your grade to him is what?
I gave him an A.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, not even. I mean, I'll actually give him an A+. I would give him a better grade than Scottie Scheffler for a lot of reasons. I mean, you just don't know coming back from that situation. I thought his ball striking was great. He struggled on Saturday. He doubled 2 of the last 4 holes. It really hurt him, but he didn't look like he was in any pain by any means. And I really like the way he's putting it. He switched to the longer putter, and it doesn't look like, you know, he's got that little, you know, loop-the-loop that he's got that he's had in the past, and that was his hindrance. So I think the healthier he gets to that back, it's healthier. But I really liked his confidence. I really did. And certainly going down, you know, moving forward, I certainly know he's going to be on that President's Cup team for sure. And for sure. And it didn't really look like he was in any pain at all. And that's a good sign for a player that he's playing pain-free and he can swing at it. He changed his golf swing a little bit. For the general public, it doesn't look like that, but he had to, a little bit like Tiger did when he had the back surgery, and it's for the better. But, you know, Will Zalatoris, listen, he's going to win this year. I'm just going to tell you, and it might be next week. It might be next week. It really is. We'll see about Augusta. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a weird deal, but certainly A+ for Will Zalatoris.
A guy I was a little disappointed, maybe not disappointment, not the right word, maybe a little surprised. T13 at 3 under, Justin Thomas. I thought he was hitting the ball okay all week. I mean, he's been hitting it pretty well all year. Definitely a better start to the season than he had last year. But man, I don't know how much of it you watched on TV, but it's for most of this weekend or last weekend, he was fighting this huge duck hook off the tee. Did you see all these shots that he was hitting left? I mean,
yeah, I did.
He had some tee shots. He had some tee shots that didn't barely carry 200 yards.
Yeah, and that's kind of JT's bugaboo. When he gets a little bit outside, he gets underneath the plane and hangs back and flips a little bit, and that's his deal. So I don't know the grade that you'll give on him. I like the way he's continued to put himself in position.
I gave him a B.
Yeah, that's fine. I like the B. I'm cool with the B. So, you know, we talked about this last year in the fall, and I told you JT was going to have a big year. He'll be bounce back player of the year, comeback player of the year if he's eligible for that type of award. But he's putting himself in contention a lot, and I really like it. Now, golf swing wise, you know, I can critique it all day long and tell you why he's getting those duck hooks, but let him continue to put those in positions. I mean, I don't know if his dad's coming there next week for the Players Championship. His dad hasn't really been traveling with him. That, you know, I think that's kind of his safety net.
Yeah.
But I really like the way JT's putting himself in position, like I said, and B is probably the right grade. But look for him to contend this week at the Players Championship, past winner.
I mean, and realize as poorly as he was hitting a lot of these tee shots, he'd have finished in the top 5 if he didn't have 5 bogeys over his last 8 holes.
Yeah, I mean,
he was that close still.
Yeah, and his golf swing, like I said, his golf swing just kind of let him down a little bit. Maybe he's tired. Maybe the weather, you know, playing the week before in those conditions. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's playing the tour is hard, man. You don't know what they do off the golf course that can hinder that.
Yeah,
but B's probably about the right grade. I'll give him a B. Good, just because he's put himself in contention again.
Tied for 21st at 1 under, What a weird week for Rory McIlroy. He got within a few shots of the lead at one point on Saturday, and he drove it like he's been driving it all year. But man, he finished almost last in approach play, which is weird for me for him. Like I didn't understand it. I think maybe there's some concerns there for him. I don't know what they are yet. I gave him a B-.
I'll give him a little less than that. I think it's actually a C- to a D, and here's where I'll tell you why. Rory's deal is this, and we saw it last. We see it every time. We saw it last week at the Cognizant. If Rory's not in, if Rory gets too off, if he's kind of in contention and gets off to a bad start, Rory pushes the envelope too much because Rory only cares about winning.
Sure.
So he's going to make those mistakes. He is going to make those mistakes that most people won't make. Rory doesn't care about finishing 8th. Rory doesn't care about finishing 5th. If he gets off to a bad start, that's why you can kind of tell a little bit. We can make some money on him on the betting card as a matchup, because if he's not really contending, he's looking forward to next week, or he's looking forward to taking a couple of weeks off. So right. Tiger was a little bit that way too, but Tiger didn't really have the blow-ups.
And when you say, just to clarify for everybody, when you say make some money on him on the matchups, you're betting for him to lose his matchups if he's
betting
down
against him. Betting against him. Yeah. Absolutely. And we've won a lot of money betting against Rory it's all predicated on whether he gets off to a good start and see where he's at close to the lead. You look at his back 9 scoring or his first 9 scoring going into the back 9. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's not losing interest because that's not fair, but he pushes the envelope. He's so talented and can probably hit shots that no one in the world can hit. But when he's trying to catch and he's trying to win, sometimes those things, man, it just doesn't work out. And that's the deal is with Rory. So I give him a D+. I didn't really like it. And he did this. Right. Listen, he did the same last week.
Right.
He did the same last week.
No, that's what he does. That's his game.
It's what he does.
I just don't like the way he's hitting the ball right now. Just to me, it's a little concerning. And then finally, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. It's a good golf course for him. Bay Hill, there's a lot of holes and remember when I said when we previewed this last week, 6, how pivotal 6 would be going into that. It's a massive, like look how many guys took themselves out of the golf tournament on number 6, making huge numbers and not birdieing that hole. And I told you this is going to be pivotal going into that back 9 and have an opportunity to win.
And then finally, our last grade, one of your favorites, but for dubious reasons here. He missed the cut at 6 over par, Colin Morikawa. So I don't know if there's reason really to be concerned about him, but he's missed 2 of his last 4 events going into the Players' Championship. And, his whole thing used to be consistency, right? Like he was always consistent from week to week.
Yeah, his wife left him. I know.
Did you have something to do with that? Is that what you're trying to say?
His wife left him, and that's fine. That's just when you get heartbroken like that. Golf is secondary. So, I feel bad. I would say I feel bad for him, but I don't. I really don't.
So,
all joking aside, you're right. He's a bad win player. I'm just telling you, he's the worst win player on the PGA Tour. He doesn't hit it far enough to dominate a golf course like Bay Hill, and when it gets windy like it did, it was average win for Orlando. Right, 15 to 20. Yeah. That's what you get. He's a terrible win player, and he can't hit it far enough and have some of these carries to get to 10 under par or 15 under par in this type of golf tournament. It doesn't work for him. And he's going through, like I said, we're kidding aside with a coward Morikawa. We are. It's kidding, but it's just not a good golf course for him. It's just not.
No, and I'm starting to think. We know he's got a pretty high ceiling. At least I think he does. But I'm also starting to think maybe his floor is just equally low. Like he could get really, really bad before he gets really good. And it's just something to look for. I gave him an F for the week.
He'll win a U.S. Open more than he'll win something that you got to shoot 20, right? Because he just doesn't, for the most part, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He switched his putting coach. He switched his swing coach. So some of those changes potentially is going to hurt him a little bit. I didn't give him an F because I just didn't expect anything from him on this golf course anyway.
Yeah.
So, average. He's in that spot where I thought he would actually be. So it's just average. I'll give him I'll give him a C.
Wow, that's really high for him.
It's just average. I mean, I expected exactly where he's going to be. I expected him to miss a cut. I expected him not to play well. It's not a great golf course for him, knowing how the wind blows, how long the golf course is, and the carries that you have to have. He hits the ball left or right also. You got to realize that in this golf course, the majority of the holes that you got to score on, you got to hit it the other way. And it wasn't good for him.
Real quick, before we get to break and get into the picks review, let's give some props here to the Puerto Rico Open and Bryce Garnett as he sank an 8-foot birdie putt on the 4th playoff hole to defeat his fellow American Eric Barnes on Sunday to win the Puerto Rico Open. I don't know that much about Bryce Garnett or Eric Barnes, to be honest with you. I know Garnett's kind of struggled, right, just to keep his PGA status recently. This is his first win since 2016 Corrales Punta Cana Championship in the DR. So, what do you know about this guy? You were kind of all over him, right?
Yeah, kind of the same guy that he plays well in this type of game. Kind of a grinder, a journeyman on the PGA Tour, one of the good guys on tour, right? He's just been out there, he's grinding on it. Second win on the PGA Tour. We talked about this when we were doing our picks. I said, man, I really like Bryce Garnett this week, but I couldn't find a number on him. Like he was off the board. So I'm not making that up for the guys who played the best, but validate me on this. I said, I really like Bryce. I couldn't find a number on him.
Yeah.
Sometimes that bites you in the ass, and it certainly did this week. He would have broke the books because we just couldn't find the number on him. But like I said, he's a story like a million of those guys on the PGA Tour. He's a grinder, and this puts himself these alternate field events. Look where he won in Punta Cana in Dominican. It's the same type of golf course. He's a great win player. So anytime you get in those spots, he's kind of an older guy, 45, mid-40s. Look for him to make some hay maybe in 5 years on the Champions Tour. Not the longest guy on the PGA Tour. The way the tour is structured these days, man, if you're not hitting it, if you're not flying it and hitting it 340, it's hard to compete. It really is, especially when you're in your 40s. And these young guys are trying to take your job. So these alternate field events, I know you don't like them, but these are the great stories. And 2 weeks ago, look at Jake Knapp. Like now he's a PGA Tour favorite. So I'm all for these alternate field events. And it's really upsets me when Rory wants to say, hey, man, let's make the events smaller. Let's make it 50 and more money. It's like, well, you will never get these stories, these Jake Knapp stories, and you never get the opportunity. I mean, Rory, how much money do you need? I mean, really, seriously. I mean, you already got all them, bro. You make $70 million a year. Give some guys some stuff. Now Jake Knapp is more popular than you are over the last 3 weeks, man. So listen,
that might be true.
It is true. It is true. So you're getting a lot of these stories, and good for Bryce Garnett. He's been out there a long time. He gets to play in the Masters, man. He gets to play in the Masters. And this is one of those opportunities, alternate field events that I love. So I say he's, Bryce Garnett, he's exempt for 2 more years, man. And if he just plays average, he's going to make another $3 or $4 million a year and maybe make, you got a journeyman like that's the guy's made $40 million playing golf, probably $40 million as a journeyman. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's real good. I'd take it.
That's pretty good, man. So good for him. Good for him to continue to grind out. Bad for me because I couldn't get him on the board. But
that would have been.
I could have sent him. Maybe I need to figure out a way to get a hold of him, and he can send me a little candy.
Sure, he will with all of his winnings.
Yeah.
All right, we are from the rough. We're going to take our last break, and over on the other side, I've got some interesting Scottie Scheffler possible. Well, not possible. I'm going to say 99.9% rumor. Things I saw floating around, not just on social media, that I wanted to present to Johnny here. And then we're going to go over the picks, our picks, his picks, my picks, our picks, and where we went wrong and where we were right, and have some fun with it. So we are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. We'll be back after I push that button and then after we do this.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? It means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is Johnny the Gerbman Gerber, PGA of America member Johnny Gerber. This final segment brought to you by Turf Life at turflife.club. It's not just a clothing brand or an accessory brand. It's a lifestyle brand, Johnny. Head over to turflife.club today and get your window decal. They've got everything that represents golf, soccer, tennis, everything that's played on grass. And yes, tennis can be played on grass. Have you not ever watched Wimbledon, people? Come on now.
Where's your hat? Why don't you wear your hat anymore?
We've talked about why I don't wear those hats.
Because your hair's great?
Because I don't like those hats. They're not comfortable. So look, see, you can't let a guy who never wears hats pick hats.
Sure I can.
I mean, you can, but I can't wear it. I'll get a Turf Life tattoo right here.
What about a visor? No, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that.
The tattoo or the visor?
Visor.
I mean, I'll wear a visor. Why would I not wear a visor?
You look terrible. You look terrible in visors, though.
You've never seen me in a visor.
It doesn't look good. If you look good, you'd be wearing it.
I always wear it backwards and upside down so that the scoop comes up like that, like a race car, because I'm so fast. So yeah, the Scottie Scheffler rumors, you kind of touched on it. Were now there since his win. That other golf entity is after him with a price tag of $1 billion to come play in Saudi Arabia.
Just one tournament?
No, to defect.
Not happening.
I don't think it is either, but people say, well, that's a lot of money. You know what? They don't care. They have all the money.
It's not happening. Would pay it.
If he went to them and said, I will come play in your league for $1 billion, do you not think that he would have that check in his hand before the sentence was over?
Yeah, he may. Yeah, maybe, but he's not going to do it. I'm just telling you.
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
It's not. There's no way it's going to happen. It's not.
These European guys are a lot more prone to do that, I think, than the American guys, right? Like,
Well, I mean, he's got so much more golf to play, right? And eventually they're going to merge anyways. I mean,
The bridges he would burn if he did that right now at 26 years, whatever, 24 years old.
yeah,
Just
it's not happening.
you can't come back from that.
No, it can't come back. And to be honest, how much money do you really need? I mean, really, I mean, to the point of,
I mean, he keeps having kids, then geez, I mean, he's got another kid on the way.
who? Scottie Scheffler doesn't have any kids.
Oh, so he's got his first on his way.
Says who?
His wife's pregnant. I hope it's his.
You sure she's pregnant?
Yes. Did you not watch the tournament? It's all they freaking talked about and showed pictures of her.
I turn it off. I turn the sound off because I do my own commentary.
No, she's pregnant. They're expecting their first child.
Good for him.
But he keeps having kids, man. That $1 billion is going to come in handy. Just ask me. Cost me more than $1 billion to have my kids.
It took you that's why you're doing what you do, because that $1 billion that we pay you to do this show goes really fast.
I'm going.
What it is?
I'm thinking about going over to live podcasting.
David Faraday, you and David Faraday.
Yeah, me and David Faraday going to do the golf show, Johnny. Sorry, you're out.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, thanks for employing me.
There would be zero. Jesus, what'd you just do?
So you got me so frustrated.
There would be zero golf, as little golf as there's talked about right now on this show. If me and David Faraday did a show, there would be zero golf talked about on that show.
Is he drinking again?
Oh, I'm sure. Why would he not?
The rumor. Well, he lives in Dallas. I mean, there's rumors that goes on. Well, I mean, he's better when he drinks. I hate to say that, but I hate to mess up people's sobriety, but
Well, sobriety is a myth. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, nobody likes a quitter.
It's also a poor idea.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, let's get into our picks. I'm of course I'm joking. If you are out there and you're struggling with alcoholism, that is a disease. Please go find help. Gotta put that out there. Johnny, our picks this week. You picked both the tournaments. I only picked for the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and I only pick a winner, top 10, and a top 20. And boy, did I strike out
again.
Johnny, I had Ricky Fowler in my top 20. He finished T36. I had Chris Kirk in my top 10, which he thought wasn't a bad pick at the time.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good.
T44 for Chris Kirk. So I'm getting farther away here. And as we go to my winner, we get even farther away. I had Matthew Fitzpatrick as my winner, who just completely laid an egg and missed the cut altogether.
Not a great week. Not a great week again. I mean, just you hit more foul balls than anyone I've ever known. I
hit more foul balls than Juan Gonzalez trying to hit a curveball.
I mean, I don't know who's the strike. More Jose Canseco, didn't he play for the Rangers for a little while?
Yeah, a couple of years.
He hit
the home run bounce off his head and go over the wall.
That's the worst foul ball in the world.
That wasn't a foul ball. That was a home run.
I know, but a foul ball for him. Let it hit your head. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Just foul it off. All right, it is time for Johnny's Picks, brought to you by Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. You guys go over to golfcentralmag.com. Check out the latest. The February edition is out. The March edition will be hitting your inbox very soon, within days, as a matter of fact. So head over to golfcentralmag.com, and if you're not already a subscriber, punch your email address in there, and it'll get delivered for free once a month with all of their great features. It's not just golf, it's philanthropy, it's lifestyle, it's travel, it's all sorts of fun things at golfcentralmag.com. Johnny, do you want to go over Puerto Rico or API first?
Well, it doesn't really matter. They're both foul balls like you do, and so, but we'll certainly go over Puerto Rico because we did have a couple winners, but we also had a couple typos, unfortunately. But listen, I normally love these alternate field events. Unfortunately, we just didn't cash a ticket. 2 years ago, we had both winners, but our first pick on the board, Chris Goddard at 22-1, man, missed the cut. I high expectations for this guy. I thought he would kind of, have some motivation after his best friend, Austin Eckroat, 1 week before. Yep. Didn't happen, unfortunately. I like this guy a lot. He fits the mold for the PGA Tour. Didn't make it happen down in Puerto Rico. I don't know if, being a single guy in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of obstacles that you have besides water hazards and fast greens. But big things that come for Goddard. Ben Griffin, I liked it at 28-1, T55. Not a great week for him. Bobby Mack, 50-1, T32. I thought he made a little charge there, a little bit. He just couldn't catch up, man. It's getting into 19. That was a tough task. I mean, there's a lot of birdies going on there, windy, on that golf course. So you got to stay in contention. You got to shoot 5 or 6 a day just to even kind of compete and hopefully don't make mistakes. And Bobby Mack couldn't do that. Ham Sandwich, Fred Biondi, 125-1. Great value there. Look for this guy, NCAA champion last year at the University of Florida. Finished T32 at 125-1. Man, I just thought there was some value there. I thought he maybe could get lightning in a bottle. Young kid, not a lot of pressure. Thought there was a good opportunity to make it happen. Top 10 pick this week, Ben Silverman, T42 plus 375. Didn't make it happen. Canadian guy going down to Puerto Rico, getting in that sun. Not a good mix apparently. So Ben Silverman, you might be getting on that list here pretty soon because I picked you the last few weeks. And that's not a good list.
Are you sure that you didn't mean Bo Schembechler?
Yeah, that was you, Bo Schembechler. You said that, Bo Schembechler. He would have played a hell of a lot better than Ben Silverman this week, probably. I have no doubt about it. But he would have loved Puerto Rico a little bit better than Ben Silverman. But Garrick Higgo plus 400, T32. He was up in he was tied for 5th going in the last round. I don't know if he mixed up his South African accent with the Spanish accent with the ladies down there, but after that, his first round, it was certainly downhill. So, Garrick Higgo, boo on you. But I get it. Trust me, buddy, I get it. 2 top 20s this pick. Joel Damon, man, what a perfect place for him, 250. Just couldn't – the game. I don't know if he's getting too much money for doing these documentaries or what, but listen, the guy – this golf course fits the mold for perfect for Joel Damon. T49 doesn't work. But we did cash a ticket on Martin Laird, plus 350 at T10. I thought I mixed them around. Trust me, guys. Sorry, everybody's watching or listening through the week. I mixed them up a little bit. We had a little goof on the scorecard, and on top of that, we did like Bryce Garnett to win, but couldn't pick. So on me this week, all you guys that lost money in the Puerto Rican Open, if you want to send me your address, I will send you a $5 bill. I will. Trust me, I will. Or we'll double down. So sorry for the mess ups this week, but we'll get him back this week. Only one tournament. But now we're going to go to the API, which we didn't do much better, honestly. We have these weeks, unfortunately. We are in the red. So we're going to get back at it. We did okay on our matchups. We did go 3-1 on matchups this week. So that was okay. But Victor Hovland, minus 16-1, T36, had a terrible Saturday. Shot 4 over on Saturday. Got him out of contention. Tough golf course. I really thought he played well. Tommy Fleetwood, I'm not going to talk about it. Cam Young, 28-1. The reason I'm not going to talk about it, he made a 10 on the pivotal 6th hole.
Yep.
Like we talked about. Tommy, do we need to change the song to Scottie Doesn't Know to Tommy Doesn't Know? Because his performance over the last damn
kind of clueless, huh?
It's been absolute. Ever since he got his teeth fixed and got them veneers.
Is that what he did?
That? Yeah. He had them Texas teeth for a while. So now he's got the veneers. I didn't know if like the weight of his teeth or horse face or something is putting him down. I don't know. He's played terrible, hasn't he? I mean, I really thought it was a great spot for him. Weather conditions, I thought really favor him.
He's having a bad year.
This guy might be the next guy to go to Live. I'm telling you right now, because he's not being able to compete on the PGA Tour for some reason. And
they wouldn't want him if he can't compete, right?
Well, he's still a decent name when they're playing most of their tournaments in Europe. So they are. So Cam Young, 28-1. IndyCarTim, do I expect too much out of this guy? What am I doing picking this guy every week? I mean,
I've tried to talk you out of it.
Man, talk Carter. Please do something, because this guy is absolutely slapping me in the face. But that being said, the week that I don't pick him, he's going to win. So, the guy's got too much talent to finish how he finishes. I don't know. Maybe the switching the caddies, 3 caddies in the last 18 months is killing him. I don't know. But, man, I need more out of you, Cam Young. You're going to make that list. You are. Ham Sandwich, Corey Connors, 55-1. T18, great value. He just didn't make it happen on the weekend. I thought he would move.
Yeah.
On the weekend. I thought it was a great opportunity that you didn't have to shoot 1,000,000 under par, stay steady, right the ship, shoot 3 or 4 under par each day. Not a lot to ask for as good as a ball striker this guy is. He just couldn't get it done. Very disappointing, Corey Connors. Top 10, Matthew Fitzpatrick, missed the cut. I don't know what this guy's doing. I mean, can he not get on the rides at Disney because he's a little guy that disappoints him? Is that why he plays bad there? I don't know what this guy's deal is. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Jason Day, another top 10, didn't cash in, plus 280, 36. He was right there after the first couple of days.
Yeah.
The guy's a high ball hitter. The wind kind of got him on that Saturday. Wasn't able to compete a little bit. Jason Day is going to have a good year. I like the way he's swinging the golf club. He's healthy, which I like a lot. So he just didn't couldn't make it done in the windy conditions as high as he hits the golf ball on the weekend. But look at some good things for Jason Day. 2 top 20 picks this week. Adam Hadwin plus 160, T52. Another Canadian that continues to disappoint. Usually what Canadians do, they disappoint. They're soft. I mean, let's just be honest. They're
Careful. Free healthcare.
Free healthcare is great. Good for you. You ever been in a war in Canada? No, because you're soft.
'Cause
Another top 20 pick
stay out
this
of
week. Christian Bezadenhout plus 250, T44. I don't know what to say. I thought there was a great value pick. He's been played solid last week. I thought it was a good golf course hit for him. He's had some finish in the top 10 twice there at Bay Hill. Just didn't work out for Christian. But we'll see. But looking forward to this week at the Players Championship. We have picked 3 of the last 6 winners of the Players Championship. We are behind. We are in a little bit of the red, minus 2,200 in units. We did go 3-1 in matchups, though, so kind of helped us a little bit, but we did lose it a little bit money through the week. So that gets us to 17-5-1 on matchups. So look forward to TPC Sawgrass this week, where I know the golf course extremely well, like I did this week. But on top of that, we're going to find some winners coming forward. When we get on a run, we're going to get on a run.
We'll get on a run. That's usually what happens with Johnny. He gets the runs, and then things start to pay off. It's usually how it works.
Not the right way to say I get the runs.
I thought that's what you said. Yeah. You said we'll get the runs here shortly, and then usually
we'll get on a run.
We go on the runs. Start making money with the runs.
Is Dude Wipes going to be our next sponsor if we got the runs?
You ever use those?
They're awesome.
Dude, I like them a lot. Yeah, we need to find them. We need to be a sponsor.
I like them a lot.
That's going to do it for us today. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member Johnny Gerber. We're going to be back on Wednesday.
Today's Monday.
preview, Johnny, the 5th major, even though it's the first major. The Players desperately needs to replace the British Open as a major. Players Championship from Ponte Verde Beach. And we will give you guys all of the insights, the inside the ropes, the outside the ropes, all of the betting, all of the gambling parts, the preview, tell you who our picks are and all that good stuff right here on this same channel on fanstreamsports.com, the Fanstream Sports app, Fanstream Sports TV on our YouTube channel. And then later that night, wherever you get your podcast, you can check it out. And we'll have fun at that point. Johnny, I will see you on Wednesday. You stay warm and safe up there in the Columbus area.
Yes,
you tell Zeke Elliott I said hello, as y'all probably going to meet again later to have a beer. And, and then we'll talk about him joining the Cowboys this year. We'll see you Wednesday, boys and girls. Until then, y'all keep hitting them like Justin with the dog leg hook to the left or something.